Hi, buddy. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry I am late. I am so sorry I didn't have time to go over on Instagram and Facebook and let you guys know that I was coming on live. I hope that there's anybody around that might actually come on and say hello. I'm totally late and I'm really apologizing for that. I actually have to admit I forgot about you guys today, and I don't mean to be rude or to think that you guys don't matter to me, but it's actually a holiday here in Utah today. And I have been up all morning getting my home ready for my friends to come over. And we're only invited over one family, but they have 10 children. So they're not, my nine and their 10 together make quite the group. So I've been doing all that this morning, and all of a sudden I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's Tuesday. I'm leaving out my keto people. So I ran on, and I haven't even put, this is leftover makeup from yesterday, guys. Like, I haven't even gotten ready hardly. But I'm glad you're here. There's people here. So I'm going to say hello to a few of you since you're here and saying hello. Hi, Tanya Emery. Hi, ADH Snuggles from Michigan. Jenny Lynn, 4989. Hi, Marlene Winger. Hi, Paleo Barbie's Keto Thriving Life. I called her out, shouted her out, recommended her channel last week. Tracy Burton, Kathleen Payne, Anna's opinion. Thank you. Better late than never. I guess that's true. I guess I could have just skipped it, but I just thought, you know what? My friends aren't going to be here for a bit. And I do mean a bit, so I may not be able to stay very long because if they show up, I'll probably have to go. But yeah, I forgot. Sorry. Christina McMillan, Karen Rothwell. Oh my gosh. She's got the chat on a Google Calendar, so she was wondering if I was coming on or not. Thanks, Karen. You're a true supporter. That's awesome. She doesn't want to forget. I guess I need to put it in my Google Calendar too, right? Actually, I didn't have my phone with me. I was downstairs bossing the kids around, making them clean. I hope they're still cleaning because, yeah. Kathleen Payne, you're in Utah. Awesome. I'm going to have to figure out who all is in Utah. We should get together, like have a keto meetup or something. That would be fun. The holiday. Oh, the holiday today, it's Pioneer Day. So basically, it's just a celebration of when the first settlers came to Utah, that they were Mormon pioneers. And so a little later, we're going to read some pioneer stories and have our friends over, go swimming, and then we get to do fireworks. So we get to do fireworks twice in Utah. We're lucky. I'm actually a fireworks lover. If you're a fireworks hater, you wouldn't love it in Utah because you have to put up with it twice. But that's our holiday. Hi, Myra Verdon. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Hello, Deborah. You spell your name the same way my mama does. Hello, Laura Trent. Hello, B Melt. Hello, M99. Hello, Kathleen Payne. Oh, I said hi to you already. You get double highs. Okay, so I don't know how many of you guys got a chance to watch my first video of the Keto for Beginners series. I realized when I was editing that I was totally out of focus, and you could just see my lovely bed back here and I was all blurry. And today it looks like my camera might be like dirty or something. I'm fuzzy. I feel like I'm fuzzy. But you know what? Fuzzy, I'm sorry. It's not always perfect here in YouTube land, especially not when you're trying to keep up with two channels. It's been a little bit overwhelming. I've been up till about 1 a.m., sometimes 2 a.m. every single night, and I'm losing it a little bit. I know Karen's gonna get on me about that. I'm trying. There's no time in the actual day to edit videos. I usually can't start editing until 9, and it takes me a couple of hours even to just like sort this. It takes me till 1 o'clock to get the video edited, not even posted. So I usually start around 9. So that's like 4 hours per video. I've got to get faster. It's a lot of work for not a lot of reward. But my site, my channel is building pretty quickly. We're really close to 400 subs, mostly thanks to you guys. So I really appreciate that you're curious about our family life and you're willing to come over there and check out my endeavors over there. Oh, there's a few more people here. Let's see. Oh, hey, Paleo Barbie's Keto Barbie. I'm just gonna call you Barb. Barb, if you come to Utah, be sure to tell me, okay? We should get together. That would be awesome. Provo's pretty close to me. It's only about a half-hour drive, so that would be fun. Tracy Rancier? I hope that's right. Sarah Young. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry I sound delayed. I should be the same as usual, but you just never know with the internet around here. It's kind of crazy sometimes. Anna's opinion. Let's see. My pillow shams were exceptionally beautiful today. Dude, like, so I keep them just over here on the floor, and then when I'm like madly throwing them on the bed, turning on the lights, making my space look all cool, but it's really a mess. Like, it's really a mess. I would show you, but it's really that bad. And I love you all, but I'm not ready to share that much with you. Though I did actually film my kids today cleaning, which I've never done before, so I had to admit, that the house was a mess. I filmed them loading the dishwasher and stuff for our Pioneer Day vlog, so we'll see if I actually stick it in. But yeah, they're good kids, and most of the time they do a good job, cleaning up and all that. Oh, I love how Karen says, life, family, and health first, YouTube after that. I have to disagree with that a little bit for a couple of reasons. I mean, obviously, life is important, and that's why I'm doing keto, and I stay keto through all the craziness. But building my YouTube channel is a full-time job that I don't have time for. So I have to be able to find time somewhere. And trying to do 2 channels, I mean, I didn't have time to do 1. And so trying to do 2, and when school starts and dance starts, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up with it. So I'm trying to get as many videos out there and get seen by as many people as possible to get that going. Like, if you guys are starting your YouTube channel, it's a lot of work, and at first you get no payoff because it takes a while to build up to that 1,000 subs and that 4,000 watch hours. The 4,000 watch hours is killer. That's 240,000 minutes that people have to watch your videos within a 1 year's time. But like, if you can't get paid until you hit that threshold. So when you're just starting out with a fledgling channel, you really have to hit the ground running. You have to have good content, and you have to put out a ton of it really quickly. I think I'm only at 15,000 minutes. So, and that's been 3 weeks. So yeah, it's going to take a while before it actually starts paying off. And really, we want to do it as a homeschool family to remember our memories and all that. But the kids also have high hopes of making money and being able to like go on vacations, because we never go on vacations. We never have money for that. And to be able to do more fun stuff as a family in order to use it for the YouTube channel. So we have like ulterior motives for wanting it to be successful really quickly. So they're all being really, really cooperative, I guess I should say. But here I'm talking about this all, and this is keto and all that. So do you guys have any keto questions for me? Who got a chance to watch the Keto for Beginners episode? I forgot to put a couple of things in there. I really wanted to address that literally everything is keto if it's sliced small enough. There's a lot of keto police out there that say you can't eat certain things and that certain things aren't keto because they have certain ingredients. I am not one of those people. I firmly believe that keto is how you do it. And as long as you're in ketosis and burning fat, you're keto. It doesn't matter how you do it. It doesn't matter what you choose to eat. If you choose to eat shakes and bars and you still stay in ketosis, more power to you. That's difficult for a lot of people. It's definitely difficult to stay on path, on the plan when you do it that way. I know this from experience. It's a lot easier to be tempted when you're eating things like that, but it's still keto. Like, should you choose to weigh out a sliver of a Snickers bar and eat it and you stay within your 20 grams, like, it's still keto. You can eat that many carbs, just how you choose to eat your carbs. You should get them from veggies, but I'm not going to tell you that you're not keto if you choose to eat a product that has maltodextrin in it or something like that. Is it the best choice? Probably not. But is it going to kick you out of ketosis? Probably not. Not unless you go way over your 20 net carbs per day. So I meant to put that in the video, and I totally forgot. I'm not. The mentor videos are kind of harder for me because I don't know. Like, I have a list in my head of what I want to say, but then when I go to do the video, I don't want to be looking down at notes. I just want to be talking, and so sometimes I forget to mention some things like that. So, and the next video, of course, is going to be my soapbox video, another electrolytes video. So be prepared. I definitely a proponent of correct electrolyte supplementation while on keto. So I'm always talking about that, and I'm definitely going to be making another video on it. Everybody was saying that my old videos directed everybody to ketogenic dieters, which is true because they were where I started. And I am now not directing anyone to them because they basically banned me from their site. So I'm directing people to my Facebook page now, and so I need to remake all of those videos. And plus, I've lost a lot of weight, and people want to see that I look thinner. And you can see the difference if you go back and watch those early mentor videos, how much just in my face things have changed, because it's kind of crazy. Oh man, I don't want to look at my face because I'm looking at you guys because it's kind of scary today. I kind of feel half asleep, and yeah. You guys, I didn't even have a shirt on when it was time to go live. Yeah. Had to throw a shirt on, brush my hair. Anyway. Hi, Iris Lewis. Oh my gosh. Karen Rothbell says, your screaming clips of the kitchen made my 21-year-old laugh his butt off. Awesome. Early on in our channel, our vlog channel, I got a comment that said, the mom is funny. And that cracked me up. It was our first official comment that didn't really address a person, but it was just kind of like making a statement. I am not super funny person, but occasionally it'll come out of me, and that I wasn't even going to put that in the video, but it made me laugh, and I thought, well, I have a really, really difficult sense of humor. It is hard to make me laugh, so I decided to stick it in there. Kitchen is a mess, though. It's always a mess. Even when I clean it, it's a mess. All my cupboards are peeling, and my counters are like bubbling up because it's like, why clean? Because it just looks the same. Sigh. Oh, what's the other channel? It's called Hide and Seek with my last name, Hyde, Hyde. I'm not sure if it'll come up in search. There's a lot of hide and seeks out there. So the way I usually find it is I type in Hide and Seek Big Family. But if you look in my last few videos, I've put a link to the channel in all of those. So if you really want to find it, it's pretty easy to find. I actually have a Facebook page for it too, but I have literally no likers yet because I haven't put it out there. But if you, I don't even know, if you go on my actual personal Facebook page, you can see I'm a vlogger at Keto Chaos, I'm a vlogger at Hide and Seek. Then you can find it there and find one of the videos that way too, if that's easier. All right. Yes, my subs on my new channel are growing, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing correctly. It's growing pretty quickly. My first channel, Keto Chaos, grew pretty quickly as well. I think because I have 1,800 Facebook friends, and when I put my first video out about how I had lost 100 pounds, a lot of people clicked on it, and I think it kind of moved me up quickly up the view. I don't even know. YouTube rates you based on interaction and things like that, and how well you connect with your audience, and how many people watch your video and like it. It matters because basically the more people that like and comment on your video and interact with you and subscribe, the more of an expert you become in the eyes of YouTube. And so if you can get people to come to your channel by posting on your Facebook page or doing something crazy to get attention, that's why people do the crazy things on YouTube. It's because if it's clickbait, if people click it, the more people that click it, the more you will go up in your rating of being an expert in that subject. Does that make sense? So even though I don't know that I really was an expert, I grew really quickly. And with family vlogs, I'll tell you what, I'm a freaking expert. They better put me up there with some of these 1 million subscriber. Okay, you guys, I'll tell you what. You know what's crazy that I didn't realize until recently is that almost every single one of the 1 million subscriber family vlog channels that are out there live right by me. Not kidding. Most of them live within a 20-minute drive from my house. I haven't been able to get any of their attention. I fangirled all of them, and nobody gives a crap about me. But I'll tell you what, this time next year, you watch. I'm going to be in that circle. Not the 1 million maybe, but I'm going to be in that. They're going to know who I am. They're going to be supporting me. Oh, wait, hang on a second. What? The Robinsons are not here yet, but they're on their way. Don't come in though. I'm doing live chat. Oh dear. Yay. The Robinsons are not here yet. I love you, but you have to go because I'm doing my video. See? Yep. Okay, you want to say hi?
Hi.
Okay, now go. Bye-bye. It's been an hour. Oh my gosh, it hasn't actually been an hour. It has been 15 minutes. I know because I have a clock right there.
Oh.
Bye. Shut my door. This is the reason I usually lock my door. I forgot because I was in such a hurry. Oh, they're cute kids though. I'll tell you what. Ruby, that girl, she's a trip and a half. The stuff that comes out of that kid's face. I'm so glad I'm videotaping it now. I should have been videotaping it since she was born because she is literally the cutest child to ever grace the world. Anyway, on and on about that. Let's see. Hey, Donna Jacqueline, welcome. I'm glad you just watched it. Oh, the Keto Police. Let's talk about that a little bit. So I know that, there are things that make you keto more healthy than others. Yes, you shouldn't eat probably soybean oil and canola oil and that stuff like that. But really, in all honesty, who freaking cares? When you're obese, when you are 300 plus pounds, do you think your body cares if you're eating soybean oil or MCT oil? No. No, what your body needs is to get thin, and you got to do it however you need to do it. I hate these people that are out there judging people all the time. But of course, I hate people that judge people anyway. Because you just never know what a person is going through, why they're reacting the way they react. And one thing I've really learned about myself in watching the family vlogs is that I am really mean. And I didn't really know I came across that way. I guess I get kind of harsh in my tone, even when I'm joking. And man, it's been kind of eye-opening for me. And I think I'm so glad people don't walk around judging me going, oh, Tammy's mean. Because when I was watching me on the video, I was thinking, whoa, I was pretty harsh. I need to take a chill pill. I'm sure people have been telling me that my whole life. I remember when I first got married that my best friend told me that she thought I was really mean to my husband. And when we would go home, my husband was like, you're not mean. I don't know what she's talking about. But I think it's that harsh tone I would just use. I don't even realize I'm doing it. It's kind of a commanding voice. Like when I'm telling you guys, do what you want and Keto Police back off. I guess I can come across as a little bit of I don't want to say it, but a not nice person. And I am nice to a degree, but man, if you get me riled up, I'm going to let you know. I am a vocal person. My emotions are all right here. So if I'm feeling crappy, you're going to know it. And if I'm feeling happy, you're going to know it. And I will bring you into my world. And that's just kind of why I think I do well on YouTube, because I'm willing to be real and I'm willing to tell things like it is. And also I'm willing to bring you into my life and bring you into my joy and my keto happiness and how great I feel. And I just want everybody to share in that. I'm all about community and I'm all about pulling us all in there. And I feel like Keto Police are divisive to the community. I think it hurts the keto people when they are accused of not being keto because they choose to eat smart sweets. Guys, smart sweets are amazing. I'm going to be putting stock into them once I get to my goal weight. They're dangerous right now. I don't even want to tell you about them, but they're gummy bears that don't make you sick to your stomach. But they have a lot of carbs if you're doing total carbs. It's 33 a pack because it's mostly fiber. So it's really not really worth it until, when you're not in fat loss mode. I don't want to risk those hidden carbs kicking me out of ketosis. We're not going there, so. But I still dream about them and I don't judge people who eat them. Just like I hope nobody's judging me for how many keto cakes I've been eating lately, because I bought a lot of them and they're in my freezer and somebody's got to eat them. And usually they fit in my macros, not always perfect, but yeah, let's be nice to each other, Let's all accept each other and enjoy watching each other do keto without being critical of how we're doing it. And that's definitely a soapbox. Can't speak. Soapbox for me. All right. Oh, an actual question. Myra Verdun or Verdun, or is it French? Myra Verdun? I don't know. She says she's getting over a stomach virus. What would you eat to not hurt your stomach but stay keto? I'd eat a lot of Greek yogurt because it's just got that yummy probiotics in it. It doesn't have a lot of fat and it has a lot of protein. Mix it with Mio and it probably would feel good on the stomach. It seems like it would. Soft foods, eggs, scrambled eggs, things like that. Egg drop soup is always nice when you're sick. But just take it easy. Do shakes, protein powders, things like that until you feel like your digestion has gone back to normal. I haven't really had a stomach virus since I've gone keto, thank goodness. I've definitely had, you know, issues with over electrolyting myself, but I've not had to deal with anything like a true sickness since I started keto. But those are some things that I would try. I mean, if dairy is bothering you, then that's a problem because most of the soft things are dairy. I'm not sure what I would do if I was not doing dairy. That would be tough. I live on dairy. All right. Ah, interesting. Okay, JennyLyn4989 asks, I'm getting ready to make some Soleil water, but I'm out of pink salt. Can I use Morton ice cream salt? It's all I have in the cabinet, but I'm willing to wait if I need the pink salt. If it's just salt, then yes, you can use any kind of salt. You technically could even use table salt, though I don't know that I recommend it because, ew, it would probably taste really gross. But I think ice cream salt is likely just a bigger, coarser sea salt. So you can use any kind of salt to make Soleil water. The whole point is just soaking the sodium in the water until the water has absorbed as much sodium as it can. And that's why I do it, because it's just fast. It's a fast way to get your sodium in. All right. Heidi Huntley asks, do I take electrolytes every day? Yes. Every day for the rest of my life. Will never neglect my electrolytes. And it's not just it's not just you can just take a few little squirts of an electrolyte thing like Mio Electrolytes or drink a Powerade Zero. No, that is not what we're talking here. We're talking you need to supplement your electrolytes in a way that is beneficial to you, is easy to track, and gets you a lot. So my recommendations for electrolytes, which I've talked about every live chat, I think, probably, and multiple videos, is 5,000 milligrams of sodium. That's the killer one that most people have a hard time with. At least 5 grams of sodium. Now, not 5 grams of salt. There's a difference. 5 grams of sodium. In 5 grams of salt, there's actually only about 24 or 2,500 milligrams of sodium. You need actually double that. So you need like 10 grams of salt, which is 5 grams of sodium about per day. That's why I recommend the Soleil water. I have a how-to video in my videos. If you just search SOLE, Soleil water, you should be able to find oodles of videos, even not by me. Like lots of people have made Soleil water how-to videos. So there's lots out there on how to make it. But it's super easy. Basically, you're just soaking your salt in water, and then that clear water on the top is your Soleil, and water can only absorb about it's 1,434 milligrams of sodium per tablespoon of that clear water if it's perfect. I put in my chronometer 1,400 because that's, just the average. So that's how I track it, and I do track it. I take it and track it every day. I also take a magnesium supplement. I choose to use glycinate because glycinate and malate seem to be the best choices. Malate for energy or glycinate for relaxing or muscle cramping. And I do not supplement potassium all the time. So if I were to bring my sodium down, I would bring my potassium up. They kind of go like this. They're just they play off each other. So because I do the higher sodium, I only try and hit 1,000 to 3,500 potassium in my food. Occasionally, I will drink a Zip Fizz, which is basically potassium citrate powder. And if I feel like I need a little bit more, bit of a boost, you can also use light salt, like Morton's light salt, which has potassium chloride, I think. Tastes a little salty, not too salty, and you can use that in your food and stuff like that to get some potassium in. But don't neglect your electrolytes. You'll feel miserable on keto. Keto is not survivable without proper electrolyte supplementation. And if you think that you're feeling okay and you're not supplementing, if you're not doing supplements and if you think you're feeling okay, supplement for 2 weeks and then come back and tell me if you don't feel amazingly better. You just don't realize how crappy you feel until you realize you could have been feeling so much better. Honestly, keto flu is a real thing and it can happen at any time. And taking your electrolytes every day is what prevents keto flu from ever happening. I've had it a couple of times because I've neglected my sodium. It's rough. You don't want to go there. I remember this one video, I think it was during Vlogmas last year, where I went shopping at Target for kids stuff, and it was like midnight, and I realized I hadn't had any sodium all day, and my brain literally shut off, and you could tell in the video that I couldn't speak properly anymore, and I was just kind of like, it's going to be a miracle if I get home alive. Like, that's how much the sodium affected me, the low sodium affected me in just one day of missing my sodium. So yeah, take it seriously. Take it seriously. Hey, Keto Cricket, I'm glad you're here. That's awesome. Karen's still in her PJs. I'm a little jealous, but I figured I better get dressed before I did my live chat because my friends are supposed to be here like any minute now. My heavenly princess, hello. Thank you. I appreciate your comments. Hey, Julian, how you doing? It's good to see you. I haven't had a chance to watch your videos for a little while. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm neglecting all of you guys with my new channel. I don't have time to watch any videos, and the only ones I can watch are like, I'm trying to watch 1 million subscriber family vloggers and putting comments in there. So like, you guys should do that. Like, if you're trying to get subs, you should go over onto like Keto Connect and comment on every video, and go on to who else is some of the big ones? Catherine Michelle Rock, Goody Beats. Just comment. The more people, the people might see your comment and be curious and click, and you can get subs that way. And that's what I've been doing with my other channel. Luckily, I have a hook. I can say like, like on a birth video, I once said, "Oh, that was so sweet. It almost made me want to have a 10th child." And that got a lot of subs because everybody was like, "You have 9 kids?" Yes, I do. And no, I am not having a 10th child. That door is closed. All right. Karen says I have 1 million people in my house. No, not quite. But yeah, it does feel like a lot of people. It's a lot. Yeah. The ones that are that make it the most fun though are Ruby and Jasper. The 2 youngest, man. They're so entertaining. I could watch them all day. Dendy Vlog says I look amazing. Thank you. I hope I pronounced that correctly. You guys all have such fun names. I'm so sorry. Yes, commenting on new channel videos helps. So comment not only on my videos, but comment on any ones that you watch. I try really hard if I watch a video to make a comment. Even if I didn't like the video, I try and come up with something nice to say. I loved your theme song. Oh, I liked your editing here. Just trying to encourage people, but it's also really good for YouTube. It's really good to get seen. And anyone who has a channel that you watch, that you love, especially if they haven't hit that 1K yet, help them out, make the comments, like them. There's a reason they say like and subscribe. It's because it matters. It really does matter when it comes to YouTube, because AdSense, they don't want to have their ads on small channels that only a few people are going to see. They want videos where you're getting 1,000+ views. They don't want to see waste their money putting ads on videos that are only seen by 15, 20 people. And that's the reason why YouTube has become even more strict about who they will monetize. And they actually demonetized a whole bunch of channels in February who didn't meet the requirements, which they've never done before. Before that, everybody was kind of grandfathered in as they changed things. But this last time they basically said, if you don't have 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours in the last 12 months, you're out. Thankfully, because of you guys, I survived through that big change, because when I got monetized last year, the requirement was you had to have 10,000 views on your channel. And so I hit 10,000 views right in January, and I got monetized in January. And then in February is when they made that. But I had so many of you guys watching my videos that I had oodles more than I needed for the watch hours, and I already had my 1K. I had more than my 1K before it hit. So it's been a huge blessing. It's not a huge amount of money. I make about $150 to $200 a month. The more views, of course, that you get of those ads, and the more click-throughs you get of those ads, the more money you make. You can also, I don't know if I have a super chat option, but you can also donate money to the cause by doing a super chat, and you get your comment blown to the top, and you donate money. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works, but there's only a few ways to make money on YouTube, and I'm not super awesome at any of those. Like merchandise and things like that. I have these great ideas for t-shirts, and I just haven't gotten around to designing them and getting that going. I really need to do that, but my time. But I appreciate that $150 more than you can know. Like, it helps so much when we are just down. Like, we just happened this week. In fact, I spent a lot of money going to IKEA and buying school supplies. I spent probably about $300 that we didn't really have to spend on that debacle there. Okay, it wasn't a debacle. It actually turned out okay, which I was kind of shocked because I'm not the best decorator. But it was probably not the best use of funds. And then on Monday, I got paid from YouTube, and we were able to buy food. So that was just like, thank you so much for all of that, you guys. I really do appreciate it. We're not rich, and I don't do this for the money. I do this to help people, but the money is always appreciated. So on and on about YouTube. Now you know how much I make. You guys, you got to get like, if you want to make like a decent wage on YouTube, you have to get like 20,000 likes per video. Or no, not likes, views. Like 20,000 to make a decent wage. So I don't estimate that's ever happening to me. We'll see. That's a lot of people be watching me. Kind of be weird. All right. Nancy Stoltenberg says she loved the baptism dress video. Thank you. I actually lost some subscribers over that one. I was worried about it. People don't love religious stuff that much. It was kind of a bummer. But oh, she was pretty. Just pretty, pretty, pretty. We had a fun day. That was also YouTube revenue we used for that. I bought a few groceries and went to YouTube and went to get her baptism dress. Was able to do that this week because of YouTube. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Jana Koenig says the first time in memory in my morning glucose was 98. Awesome. That's great. That's such a great morning glucose. Especially if you're struggling with blood sugar numbers, that is awesome. Keto is the best for diabetes, especially type 2. Type 1, not so much. Hey, Cindy Brown, such a great supporter. I'm glad you're here. Oh, Lisa Sums, thank you. I appreciate it. And she says, as an empty nester, she loves the chaos. Yeah, I don't know what I'll do when I'm an empty nester. I had 9 kids for a reason, because I don't ever want to be one. But I actually live in an area, the area around here in our neighborhood, we're actually one of the younger families that live here, and I'm 43, and most of the people that have raised all of their children, but almost all of them have 10 plus children, and they're all empty nesters. I can't imagine that. I hope that like my older kids start dating sometime, so that maybe I'll have a grandchild someday in the future. My 22-year-old never leaves the house unless he's going to Dungeons and Dragons or work, and he does not date. So, yeah, it's going to be a while, I think, before we have any grandbabies around here, but I've got to have somebody to hold. It was hard for me making the decision to stop and be done. I really didn't, I don't mind the idea of having 10 or plus children. Like, I love the babies and I love the crazy, and I'm really good at multitasking, so that's good. But I did almost die when I had Jasper, because of my weight, actually. It was because I was so big. I got pregnant with him. I had gained back. I had lost 110 pounds, and then because of a series of events and going back on carbohydrate, I actually gained back 150 pounds, and I was bigger than I ever had been. But when I got pregnant with him, I was only about 315. I had not quite hit my high. And during his pregnancy, I gained 50 pounds. And then after I had him, I had some serious issues with water retention. My body just, I had all this fluid in my body. I was so huge. You guys, I mean, like, I can't even, maybe, it was huge. I actually wish that we had done some video or pictures of me those days when I went to the hospital because literally my tissues were so swollen. I was afraid if I touched myself, I would pop. It was scary. You know, my chest was gigantic, like gigantic. And I had a 5-day old baby that I was trying to take care of. And I thought maybe it was just like milk engorgement. No, this was something so much worse than that. But being me, I didn't go in until I literally could not breathe anymore. The water had nowhere else to go. It finally went into my diaphragmatic area between my diaphragm and my chest cavity, and the water filled me up so that my lung could not expand. And I was literally standing up on my tippy toes, lifting up my head like this, feeling like I was trying to get above water because I felt like I was drowning before I finally begged to be taken to the ER. And I probably lost like 30 or 40 pounds in water. I don't know how big I had gotten. They didn't weigh me. I wish they had. I bet you $1,000,000 I was over 400 pounds. I was so huge, huge. And it was really scary. I had to leave my baby at home, and my sister had to nurse him, and I pumped, and oh gosh, it was an ordeal. And after that, my husband just looked at me and he's like, "We're not doing this again. We're done doing this." And he's like, "I'm getting a vasectomy." And I was like, "Okay, I feel like you're right. I don't want to risk this again." And now that I'm healthy again, it's kind of a bummer because I'm like, oh, I could have one more, but I can't. And I'm trying to embrace that. Jasper's getting so big. He's so tall. He's taller than all the other 2-year-olds. And he's smarter and he talks more and he's already potty training. It feels like he's already 3 and he won't be 3 till December. And I'm just like, stay a baby, you little cutie pie. Luckily, he kisses me a lot and tells me he loves me, and he's just the sweetest thing. So there's that. I know they grow up and they're not so sweet anymore. I'm enjoying it while I can. I remember when my oldest one used to be like that. Not anymore. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm just rambling on about nothing. Ooh, coconut butter. I actually haven't tried coconut butter because I don't do a lot of fat bombs. But when I get to my goal weight and I start doing a little bit more fat in my diet, I'm definitely getting me some coconut butter. Are you kidding me? Or coconut butter, both of them. Those both sound good. Ah, yeah, that was a great photo of me in Keto Cakes. Keto Cakes Utah is a company. There's actually 5 freaking keto bakeries within 15, 20 minutes of my house. Apparently, this is the one thing about Utah, you guys. Just like I was saying about the YouTubers, the family YouTubers all being here in Utah, the same area. There's just a thing about Utah. If it can be done, a mama will do it. I'm telling you. Like, people just are always searching for a way to support their families without working a full-time job because we love our babies and we don't want to leave them. And we're always looking for ways to make money. And oh my gosh, I wish I got on the YouTube bandwagon before when I could be like crazy famous now, but I didn't know and I was too fat and I would never have gotten in front of the camera anyway. So yeah. But yeah, 5 keto bakeries. So there's this one called Keto Cakes Utah. It's the one if you watch my What to Eat Wednesday, I've been eating a lot of these keto cakes. They are basically little mini fat bombs. They are made from almond flour, monk fruit, erythritol, butter, MCT oil, MCT powder, various other heavy whipping cream, various other ingredients. They are about 2 net carbs per cake, 8 grams of protein, and 31 fat. So they are like literally made for high fat keto. They're like perfect little fat bomb cupcakes. And they taste pretty dang good, I have to say. Now, I don't know that I need to be eating them as much as I'm eating them. I think really I'm just eating them because they're in my freezer and the fact that I buy them. So I wasn't going to buy any last week. But a friend of mine is like, "Are you getting keto cakes? Because I want to get some, but I can't make it to the pickup." And my sister called me and she said the same thing. She was like, "Can you pick up my keto cakes?" And I'm like, "Well, if I'm going to go pick up their keto cakes, then I'm going to buy some." So I did. And when I was there, I was just standing around chatting with them and happened to mention how much weight I've lost on keto. I told them that I'd lost 177 pounds and they were just like, "What? We have to take your picture." And I was like, "Oh, I look like I do today." Like leftover makeup because I didn't bother to wash it off. And Like, I just thrown clothes on, brushed my hair and pulled behind my ears because I didn't want to deal with doing my hair. And I was thinking, please don't take a picture of me. And that was like a few days ago. Like, and so I thought they weren't going to post the picture. I was like, well, it must not have turned out. Because they told me they were going to post it and tag me. But then yesterday, what to my surprise, they posted it and I had the same reaction that Karen did, and apparently all of the other people who have seen it. And my first reaction was, holy crap, I look skinny. I was shocked. I literally was shocked because I mean, I know that I'm smaller, but seeing it in photos is just mind-blowing. If you haven't had a chance to see that, I made it public on my Facebook page. I hope you guys don't mind. I do not add people as a friend on Facebook unless I really feel like I know you well. So a lot of you have added me as friends. I know Tanya Emery is one of them, and I feel bad, but I really don't add people that I haven't met in real life or that I've really gotten to know well on the internet. Um, but that post is public, so if you know how to find me from my Facebook group, you can check that post out from Keto Cakes Utah, or you can just look up Keto Cakes Utah on their Instagram because that's where they originally tagged it. And I was just like kind of blown away. I was like, wow, I really do look small. Now, it was a good angle. If you have noticed in some of my videos that I've been doing for my other channel, it shows my body a lot more than I would like. On here, I don't show my body that much. I really only do pictures. I don't really do video of my body just because I'm always in my room and I don't really have a way to film that. But with the other channel, I get on video a lot. And man, on the homeschool makeover video, I was like, "Dang, girl, your belly, eek." You know, it was biggish. And then on the baptism video, I noticed as I was walking into the mall with my daughter, I did this little shot of us walking, holding hands, and I go, "Oh my gosh, those pants have got to go." Sag bottom. Those are my comfy 16s that I love to wear because I can pull them clear up, you know, and they're super stretchy and comfortable. But man, I looked like an elephant bum in that video, and I'm like, ooh, I gotta be more careful. I forget that people are gonna see my whole self, you know, up in there. So if you want to see my whole self, head on over to Hide and Seek, because I'm not hiding anything over there. Awesome. Pecans. I don't do a lot of nuts and pecans and or pecans, however you say it. Pecans and walnuts aren't my favorite. If I eat nuts, I'm gonna eat almonds probably, but I try to avoid them because man, they're so easy to overeat. I will blow my macros out of the water eating nuts any day of the week, and so I have to be really careful. I try to buy the single serve pack, you know, and only eat that many, and I don't do it very often just because it's really hard. Karen Long wants to know the best ways to break a stall. Is it raising your calories, having a carb up day, reducing your fat, making sure your electrolytes are on point? Yeah, a few weeks back, I actually did a live video that was the subject. So if you want me to go in, if you want to watch it go in depth, it was probably about a month ago, I think, and it said that, how to break a stall or something like that. My number one recommendation for how to break a stall is to lower your fats by 10 grams for 6 days and then raise them up to equal to your protein. So if you're doing the higher protein like me, you're doing, so I'm doing 120 protein, 78 fat. So if I'm getting worried, I will bump my fats down to 68, sometimes even lower. You can go as low as 50 without feeling pretty crappy. Go much lower than that and you're probably going to kill someone. So be careful. But you can lower your fat and then you kind of spike it. So I'll do 6 days at 68 grams of protein, and then I'll do one day where I do 68 grams of fat, sorry. And then I'll do one day where I do 120 protein and 120 fat. And that seems to be the thing that will kick me out, but I have not actually hit a true stall yet. I have not actually made it to 4 weeks even at the same weight, but it's coming up on it because it's the last week of July. And since I went into Wonderland on July 1st, I actually have not gotten below the weight that I saw that day. The one I actually saw 2 days later, 196. So I haven't gotten below 196. And today, I was back up 4 pounds of water weight again. Seriously, I'm not kidding. Yesterday it was 198, and today it was 201. And I just stared at the scale and was like, really? You're rude. You're just rude. But I'm not letting it get me down. I'm trying not to think about it. But yeah, I am coming up on 4 weeks at the same weight. So I may be putting into practice some of these tips. But when it comes to your electrolytes, they should be the same all along. And if you have neglected them for a few days and then you start taking them again, you're going to probably hold some water for a minute until your body gets used to the idea again. I really don't think that's it for me. I did lower my Soleil number. Remember, I told you guys that I lowered my Soleil from, I was taking 6 tablespoons. I lowered it to, 4.5 to 4.5 tablespoons. I am starting to wonder if that was the best choice. I'm wondering if I need to bump it back up, especially with it being hot. I think that might actually be my issue, is that my sodium is not high enough. So I'm trying really hard to pay attention, but I've also been really busy, and I've really only been able to get 4.5 in instead of 6 because I've gotten used to that. So I'm gonna try that this week for the rest of the week and see if I can't get this water weight to drop. Most of the time when you hit a stall, it's water. If you're really hitting a true stall, do I recommend a carb up day? Heck no. Heck no. That is literally the last resort I would ever suggest to anyone, because even a carb up meal could become a carb up day, could become a carb up week, could be a carb up month, could be 50 pounds. It's not worth the risk. I'd rather sit at a stall and stay the same weight for 6 months than risk a carb up day. But that is how I personally feel about it, because I cannot do that. Now, if you wanted to eat like a crap ton of veggies and try and raise your carbs that way, maybe. But if you're going to eat things that are off plan, like if you're going to go and eat sugar, don't do it. Sugar is too addicting. It's just going to pull you right back in. Plus, when you do that, you're going to kick yourself out of ketosis, and you're going to spend the next week miserable trying to get yourself back in. It's just not wise. Now, if you're going to eat like a sweet potato, and raise your carbs up to past 50 or something, maybe you could try it. It does work, and there's a reason that it works, because it just throws your body for a loop and you drop the water again. I know people who have done it and it works, and it does work, but I'm not willing to risk it. So it's too dangerous for me. I just know that it will set off a binge, and I'm not going there again. I don't want to be a binger anymore. I've let that go. So that's my main suggestion, is eating fewer fat grams for a few days, and then doing one maintenance day, which is maintenance calorie level basically of fat, for one day. And honestly, you really should be doing a maintenance day probably once a month, just anyway, because your metabolic rate will kind of like come to a standstill. It gets kind of used to things, and it's not bad for you to like have a day where you eat a ton of fat. And if you're not eating a ton of fat every day, it feels like a treat. So that's how I do it. Like I'll make keto cheesecake. I'll make that heavy whipping cream Jello salad that we made for 4th of July that was so good, and eat me some keto cakes, whatever I got to do to raise the fats up really high. And I only do it for one day and go from there. So, all right. I hope that answered your question. All right, let's see. You guys are just talking to each other. Bye, PJ. I'm sorry I missed you saying goodbye. Oh, okay. Dahlia asks, do I count my carbs as net or total? I do net carbs. I don't recommend doing net carbs if you're eating a lot of bars and shakes and keto-fied things and almond flours. It's probably best to do total carbs if you're doing that a lot. I do it on occasion, and I do count net carbs. I tried like counting the total for the days I do the bars, and it just got too confusing. My Chronometer app does net carbs, and so that's what I do. I try and stay below 20 net. Sometimes I do go higher than that. Been as high as 25 net. But I try not to do that very often. Just kind of happens to be where things fall. If I had spaghetti squash, I'd sometimes go over, because spaghetti squash is a little bit more carby. But I really, really like spaghetti squash with Rao's pasta sauce and some chicken and some cheese. That's just a really nice meal when my kids are having spaghetti. So I will do spaghetti squash on occasion, but that one is kind of iffy. So, And I already answered about the supplements that I take. I take sodium, I take a magnesium pill, occasionally I supplement potassium, and I do take a multivitamin. The one I take is Ritual brand. It's ritual.com. It's a monthly subscription. I love it because it has vitamin D in it, and it tastes like peppermint, and it's cute. I literally take the vitamin because it's cute. Is that just silly? It's probably silly, but take it. And maybe that's the reason I've had better luck with my hair, because of the D3 in it. So, because someone said that D3 can help prevent hair loss, and I've noticed since I started taking Ritual, I haven't lost as much hair as I used to be losing. So I don't know, maybe it's just a coincidence, but I take it. Let's see. Rachel Milzarek. Milzarek? Oh my gosh. I am terrible with names. Sorry, I keep rubbing my nose. I'm itching. Woo! Itching. Okay. Have I ever had a week off, like on holiday, like I just, like going to Italy and drank a lot of non-keto, and they're experiencing headaches and other symptoms? No. But if I went to Italy, heck yeah, I would. Are you kidding me? Woo! I've never been anywhere. Okay, that's not true. I've been to India. When we adopted my daughter, how many years ago? Oh my gosh. It'll be 14 years next week. 14 years ago. Wow. It does not feel like it was that long ago. We went to India, and that is like the only place I've ever been. I have been to California, and I was a nanny in Maryland for 2 weeks when I was 18. And that is literally the extent of my travels. So if I was going to France or Italy or Germany or anywhere else, probably I'd take a week off of keto. But yes, you need to know that you're not going to feel good. Your body's not going to love it. Headaches are just one of the symptoms that you'll end up having. Most people get gas and bloating to the point where they're just distended. So I don't know, if I were to go on a trip, I might raise my carb level to 50 plus for the week leading up to it, just so that I wouldn't have to be miserable on my trip. But like I said, I've never been anywhere. Maybe someday I will go somewhere and we will find out what I will do. But that's kind of what I would imagine I might do. The only thing you can do to get out of those symptoms is to just let them pass. Go right back on keto. So if you are going to go off plan, even for just a meal, even if for just, you're going out for your anniversary and you've decided that you're going to have a cheesecake, make a plan. What are you going to do tomorrow when you feel horrible? And you know that carbs will fix your feelings. What are you going to do tomorrow when you're hungry, when your body is begging you for glycogen again? How are you going to cope with that? Have a coping strategy and a plan in place. Plan to go off keto. Don't just fall off the wagon. Jump off the wagon and jump back on. And that's the only way to do it right. I'm kind of afraid that I wouldn't be able to do that, which is why I don't ever have cheat meals or things like that. But you bet your bottom dollar, if I went out of the country, or even, well, maybe not if I went just in the country. I think if I went out of the country to a place where there were foods I had never tried, then I would probably make the conscious choice to eat some non-keto items. I don't know if I would go full bore, but I would definitely, if I go to France, I'm trying a baguette. Are you kidding me? There's no way I could do keto on a vacation like that and not try things I haven't tried. So that's the answer to that. Just keep ketoing on. You'll get back to normal. Non-food grade rock salt contains impurities you don't want in your mouth. You don't want to drink ice cream salt. I would look into that. Honestly, I don't think that any of those impurities can really go into the water. It's absorbing the sodium. Unless you're getting some of that sediment at the bottom. I don't know that I'd be that worried about it, but I make my Soleil water with fluoridated tap water, which is apparently bad. Whatever. I drink fluoridated water because I have no choice. I didn't want it, but, people. All right. How do you wait so late in the day to eat? I eat an 8-hour window and get a 16-hour fast. Lisa Sums asks this. It's not that I wait. It's just that's when we have dinner. We're so busy, Lisa. We're so busy. Even now in the summer, like especially in the summer, Chef Dave, okay, so Chef Dave makes dinner. I am beholden to Chef Dave time. When he makes dinner, that's when I eat, unless I want to go downstairs and make dinner. Well, I am editing videos and working on photographs because I'm a photographer and I'm working. So I cannot just go downstairs and make my food. I am beholden to Chef Dave. But Chef Dave wants to work in the yard, and the sun stays up till 9. So a lot of the time he works outside and does his thing, mowing the lawn and trimming and having fun out there. And I don't say anything because he loves that and it makes him happy and it needs to be done. So honestly, it's just because I have no choice. Am I hungry before that? Probably. I just kind of put it off. I don't think about it too much. Drink some Soleil water. I drink a lot of diet soda in between, I guess. Maybe that's what helps. I drink a lot of diet soda. Probably shouldn't drink quite so much soda, but it's how I cope with those long times. Because, yeah, I do go probably 9 to 10 hours between meals most of the time. I haven't eaten yet today, and normally I eat sometime between 11:30 and 1, but occasionally I eat later. And I hate when I have to eat later because I do get hangry if I go past 1 o'clock. The kids don't love me if I have gone past 1 o'clock because that's a really long fast. And my body's really begging me for food by that point. So I try not to go that long. I usually do about noon, and then yeah, it ends up being 8, 9, sometimes 10 p.m. when we eat. It's just how our family runs. We're homeschoolers. The kids don't get up early for school, so we have no rush to get them fed before they go to bed or anything like that. We go to bed pretty late. My kids' bedtime has been 10 p.m. since my very oldest was 3. It's just we're just kind of set later. We get up later. I don't necessarily get up later. The kids get up later. Yeah. I try to get 7 hours of sleep. I feel pretty good if I get 7 hours of sleep. Before keto, though, I had to have 9 to survive, and even then I felt like I was dragging. So keto has definitely helped me be able to survive on less sleep. Last night I got 6 hours. I don't do so well on 6. If I only get 5, I'm a zombie. So I try really hard to hit that 7. So, I go to bed by midnight. But 1 a.m. has been where I've been at lately. And I didn't have to get up so early for my daughter to go to school yet. So that's not going to work once school starts, I don't think. I don't know. So that's it. I don't know how I do it. I just don't really have a choice. Oh. The impurities in ice cream salt. Oh, yeah. Sorry. That maybe is not the best choice then. I don't make ice cream, so I have no idea. Why do they do that? Is that just like the leftover salt that's just not good for human consumption, so they use it for freezing stuff? Weird. Ruth Gonzalez says, I was faithfully drinking 4 tablespoons of Soleil water a day for months, but recently have been forgetting it. I'm up 6 pounds and have been swollen and bloated. Do I think that's the cause of it? It's either that or hidden carbs. Most likely that. Like the 2 things that cause bloating are if you get kicked out of ketosis and if your electrolytes are off, because your body will panic and like hold on to the water. Now, because you've been depriving your body, when you go back on Soleil, it's probably going to get worse before it gets better. And it seems like it takes about a week before your body to accept that you're going to keep giving it salt, and then it dumps the water. So be patient with it. Don't expect it to change right away. But yeah, it's probably the issue. Okay. Ruth says that my family cracks them up. That's good. We're supposed to be funny. YouTube isn't good if it's not funny, right? Karen says she's gotten subscribers from comments on videos and she doesn't even create. She's just a watcher. That's awesome. Keto Fat Girl No More says she uses pink Himalayan salt because it has 82 minerals in it. That is true. And while that is true, I don't know that the minerals actually go into the water. I think they mostly end up as sediment at the bottom. Could be wrong about that. I actually don't know that. I've wondered that. I use pink salt because it's what I have. I bought a big bag of it on Amazon. I have heard people argue that gray Celtic salt is better and it has more minerals and it's better for you. I haven't tried gray salt, but maybe someday I will if I can get a good price on it. Whatever's the cheapest is what I use because I'm all about I'm not worrying about the minerals. I'm all about the salt. Julian said he'd be happy with 100 subs. Yeah, I know it's hard. It's hard. I don't. If it wasn't for you guys, I don't think that I could have gotten as far as I have on the other channel. But I'm not exactly sure how this channel went nuts out either. It was just that video I posted on January 1st, my 1 year on keto, that went like kind of semi-viral. I think it's got 50K views now. For some reason, that one went nuts. I don't know exactly what I did. I know I did several things though. The first one was that it was on January 1st. Everyone's looking for weight loss, right? I mean, come on. And it was, I've done it a whole year already. See what I did. And so it was a catchy, clickbaity kind of thing. Also, in the photo, I held my pants out and showed like me smaller than my big clothes. So that was clickbaity, I guess, a little bit. Then I made sure to include as many key phrases in my title and in my description that I possibly could that people might be searching for that would help them be interested in my video. So I did like keto weight loss, keto meal plan, keto diet, ketogenic dieters, ketosis. And then I also tagged in my tags as many big keto channels that I could think of, like Keto Connect, Keto Christina, Go Keto with Casey. Oh, what are all the ones I do? Catherine Michelle, Michelle Rock, Jason Whitrock, Goody Beats, Allie McWowie, pretty much anybody who has over 100K subs. I will tag those in every video in my tags. I did those things on a recommendation from Sunny Lenarduzzi. If you don't follow, if you're a YouTuber and you don't follow Sunny Lenarduzzi and video creators, you should be. Those two have so many great tips on how to get your videos seen, how to improve your editing, how to improve your lighting. You know, you got to pay attention to those things. Look professional. The more professional you look, the more likely people are to sub to your channel. You know, you can't just count on relationships all the time. You have to have really interesting, engaging content. And as a photographer, I had a leg up already. I know a lot about lighting. I know a lot about photography equipment. And I had access to a lot of it. I also have access to the best editing software, which I will answer that question to ADH Snuggles. Which software do I use for my videos? I actually use Adobe Premiere Pro. It is the beast mode software. You probably don't want to go straight into Adobe Premiere if you've never worked with an Adobe product before. I was well versed in Photoshop and Lightroom and several others. I've used Flash. I've used oh my heck, now I forgot the name of it. The one where you do logos. I haven't used it in so long. I've just used a lot of Adobe products, so I kind of understand their interface, and so it gave me a leg up, and it was still really, really difficult. I'm still learning new things every time I film, every time I edit, and it's still taking me a crap ton of time to edit. I love these live chats because I don't have to edit them. And you know what else I really love? When I just sit and talk to you guys, because the only thing I have to edit is a couple of mess ups or whatever. And, you know, that's easy. These freaking family vlogs are huge time suckers. You record a lot of information, but you have to decide what do the viewers want to see, and you have to cut it down really small. And I don't think I've done that very well in all of them. I try, but they keep ending up being 25 plus minutes. I guess you just can't fit my life into a 15-minute box. But that is what I use. I use Adobe Premiere Pro. There is a good editor on my phone that I used to use. I used it all through October, the October challenge with Emily on Keto, and I used it during Vlogmas. It's Power Director. You do have to pay for it if you don't want the little logo, Power Director logo, to show up on the bottom of the corner. I think it's only $4.99, something like that. It's actually a pretty dang good editor, and it's phone editor, so you wouldn't even have to get on the computer. The only thing that is really hard to do in it is like any kind of fancy logo, because you need to be able to use keyframes, and it doesn't allow keyframes to be used. But you could have someone create a logo for you, or create one yourself in Premiere Pro, and then transfer it over to your phone and add it to the beginning of your videos to make it easier. I've actually thought about doing that because Cyberlink Power Director. Cyberlink Power Director is such a decent program that I've actually been tempted to do my videos that way and just try and save time without having to get to the computer. But I just am really addicted to learning new things, and I learn something new every time I work with Premiere. And so I guess that's kind of why I do it, just because I want to get good at it. And I really want to get good at filming. Still not that great. Believe it or not, my phone camera is really, really good compared to, it doesn't do 4K, but it does 60 frames, which is really good for making things look really, really real. Selfie cam only does 30, which is basic, what everybody uses. And 60 is when you want things to look really in depth. I'm learning new things every day about stuff. I could probably talk about YouTube and video editing for like an hour or two. Oh my gosh, you guys. We're over our hour and my friends haven't gotten here yet, so I haven't stopped. Some channels have a sponsor button. I don't know how to do that. Super chat. I figured out super chat, but that, I don't know. I don't know that that's important or not, but I really want to do the t-shirts. I have such great t-shirt ideas. Totally Kathy says I will get to 20,000 views a video someday. I don't know. We'll see. Julian says he's lost subs over spiritual stuff. From the beginning, he said it would be included. Yeah, I include spiritual stuff on my channel too, as you guys well know, and I lost some subs, but it really has actually brought in more than I've lost. So for the long run, I felt like it was important to do that. I mean, YouTube, oh my gosh. YouTube is a platform, you know, and you should be able to talk about what you believe in. And if people don't like that, that's too bad for them. It's, you know, we all have our own spiritual journeys, and we all are in different places with our spirituality. Even if you don't believe in God, you're still having a spiritual journey with yourself and with what you believe and the things around you and your world. I'm all about relationships, and I'm all about loving everyone, and I am not going to unsub a channel because of their religious views unless I feel like they would be detrimental to mine. So, for example, if someone was, you know, satanic or something, I probably wouldn't want to subscribe to their channel. Also, I do tend to subscribe to channels that have content that I'm interested in. I don't just subscribe to subscribe, but I have so many people that I subscribe to, it's literally impossible for me to keep up with them. I can't watch everybody's videos, and it breaks my heart. I saw Keto Diamond apparently hit her 100 pounds lost, and I missed it. I'm oblivious. Everybody's talking about it, and here's me going, I missed that. I feel bad. I apparently feel bad that Stephanie Anderson is apparently pregnant, and I didn't know. I'm sorry, you guys. I feel like a bad friend because there's so many of you who can't keep up. But I appreciate you guys keeping up with me. It's like the best. You too, Amy. I've missed your last few videos too, and I keep telling you I'm gonna do that stinking thing with Virginia. Amy tagged me in 2 tags that I haven't found the time to get done. Ketolicious Life. She's awesome. She just got into the 150s, people, and I only know that from Facebook. Go watch her video. Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah. It's not good when you almost die having babies, I'll tell you what. I had so many so easy, but hey Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto. I haven't had a chance to watch you either. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. Sarah does such great podcasts, and she has daily videos, guys. She does better than me. She does a video every day. I don't know how she comes up with so many ways to talk about keto. Like, every time I'm sitting down to do my YouTube live, I'm thinking, what am I going to talk about? I have no idea. So, yeah. All right. Let's see. I've read that some ketoers use ghee. What is the advantage of using it? I wouldn't say it was necessarily an advantage. Ghee is just clarified butter. They actually use it a lot in India and in Indian cooking. I don't know the advantage. I am not sure what exactly it's separating out. I would have to look into that more. I would guess that it's just a good fat, but so is butter. And so I don't know the difference between ghee and butter. Maybe someone here will answer in the comments, I hope. Let's see. There, someone already did. Cindy Brown says that ghee doesn't have the dairy solids. So if you're sensitive to dairy, it would be a good option for fat for you. Awesome. And it has a higher smoke point, so you can cook with it without it burning as easy. That is good to know. I might have to get some of that. Sarah Pearls of Wisdom says I look wicked skinny, as we say here in New England. Wicked. I like that. That was one of the roller coasters I rode on the roller coaster challenge, and it was actually really fun. Really fun. You guys, I didn't know I would like those roller coasters so much. I wish I'd tried them sooner. Yeah, mom pants, that's for sure. Saggy butt, high waist mom pants. Lisa Sum says she found the current videos first, and then she's looked back in my archive videos, and it's hard to believe I'm the same person. I agree. When I go back and look at it, I feel like I look awkward just because I was over, that big. Like, I think I was, 270 something? Oh, 273 or 270. 271 when I started this YouTube channel. And so I've lost what? How many snags? I guess to my lowest, I've lost 75 pounds since I started this channel. So yeah, it's a lot of difference. That's for sure. Thanks for looking up the Instagram picture. Yeah, and I think 200, you're right. People keep telling me it's a set point. It's hard to get past. I don't know why that is. But I was like, no, it's not going to be that way for me. And here we are. 3.5 weeks in, still over 200. I've seen the 190s twice, but I still am not dropping this water weight. I mean, I can feel it in my, I always judge it by my ring. How easy is it to take off? If it's fallen off me, that's my normal. It usually will fall off if I do that. But if I have to pull it off, I know I'm retaining water. So I'm comfortable in the knowledge that it's just water weight, but frustrated not knowing why I'm not having a hard time. Maybe it is eating the keto cakes. Maybe there's more carbs in them than they're telling me. I don't know. But I've been keeping my net carbs fairly lower though. Like most of the time under 15. So I don't know. I gotta eat the dang cakes. Oh, I never finished my story about those cakes. So yeah, they took my picture and stuff. Well, I decided I wasn't buying any more because I don't need them. I'm still in fat loss mode. I don't need fat bombs. I don't need those cakes. Plus, they're dangerous. They're on the dangerous side. They taste really, really good. They have not caused me to have cravings, though, which is actually probably a miracle. The only thing I ever craved was the first time I had one. I craved having another one for 2 or 3 days, and I didn't eat one because of that reason. But since I've just been eating them whenever my fat macro will allow it, I haven't had any cravings for them. But I decided I wasn't going to buy any for this week. And another girl messaged me and said, is there any way you could pick up my keto cakes? And I was like, oh, she said, did you buy any keto cakes? And I said, no, I don't have any money for keto cakes this week. I'm not buying any, but I'd be happy to pick yours up for you. It's only 15 minutes away. And she works and I don't. I can run over there and grab them. No big deal. And she's like, I'm going to buy you some to say thank you. And I'm like, oh, man. I couldn't turn her down. They have German chocolate coming this time. Oh, man. I got to stop eating those things. Anyway, my sister gets to eat them because she's in the 150s and she's trying to slow down her weight loss. Me, not so much. I need to get out of this rut. So got to stop doing it. I'm eating the same amount of dairy products that I eat normally. The only difference that I've really been doing lately is the keto cakes. But I don't know. I've also been in the heat a lot too. I really think it might be my Soleil water is too low for summer. So I'm going to try raising it up and see if I can get that whoosh. Should have had the whoosh last week and I only lost a pound and a half? Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, and sunflower seeds, I don't dare to do those either because they are the same thing where they make me blow up big. I don't know why. I can't eat them. So, let's see. Kick the cupcakes. Yeah, I know. I got to. Thing is, I don't want them to go bad. They're expensive. This is why we don't buy them, people. All right. Apple asks, how do you know how much fat versus protein to eat if you have a lot of fat to lose? It's the same amount for even if you only have a little bit of fat to lose. So if you go and join the Facebook page, the link is in the about section of all of my recent videos. Or you can look it up, just Keto Chaos on Facebook. It's www.facebook.com/groups/Keto Chaos. That's our groups. Go in there and get your macros. Just follow the macros. Those macros are actually set at a deficit for a lean person. So you really shouldn't have to mess with your macros at all. Until you get really close to your goal weight, then you might have to adjust. But those should work for you from the very beginning all the way down to almost to the end. So that's what you need to do if you want to know exactly how much. If you want to figure it out yourself, you got to figure out what your lean mass is. So you have to go to the Navy body fat calculator and you have to measure all the different places in your body and figure out what they say your body fat percentage is. And then compare that to your weight, come up with your lean mass, and then you're going to eat 1.8 to 2 grams of protein per kilogram of lean body mass. If you don't want to deal with all that math, just go to the Facebook and figure that out. That's how you get your protein level, and then your fats you adjust based on your goal. If your goal is to lose a lot of fat, you want to keep them lower. You don't want to keep them so low that you're killing people. Don't want to do that. Try not to go below 50. I really don't recommend going too far below what I've set in the chart. The chart is set to have, I think, like a 400 and 500 calorie deficit. That's how we got those fat numbers. So they are flexible. You can move them around. But keeping it low is going to keep you on fat loss mode. And having it too high means your body has plenty to burn from your dietary fat, and it will burn your dietary fat first before it will turn to your body fat. So that is the answer to that question. Well, I can't believe they're still not here. Maybe they are here. I hear noise down there. Am I still feeding kids the SAD diet? Are they eating less carbs too? I'm still feeding the kids their normal way. Yeah, one of my sons, my 16-year-old, has chosen to go keto. He was already wheat allergic, so he was already gluten-free, and he has decided to go keto. So the three of us, Chef Dave, me, and my son Oliver, eat keto meals, and everyone else has rice or potatoes or pasta pretty much every single day. I buy my kids lots of sugar. I let them have fun eating what they want to eat. They know about keto. They understand it. They could probably tell you a lot about it. They watch my videos. They understand why I do it. I've told them if they decide that they would like to do it, that I would be happy to help them figure out macros that would work for them and make them fat bombs and anything that they want if I want to support them. But they have not decided to do that. None of them are overweight except for maybe my 5-year-old. I worry about her a little bit, but she's still young, and she's not extreme, so I'm not stressing over it right now. I don't want my kids to pay so much attention. They're just making better choices. I've noticed they make better choices. Sometimes my kids choose a meat stick and a hot dog over buying a bag of candy when we go to the gas station or something like that. But I also believe that kids should be kids and that we shouldn't make an issue over it. Plus, I really don't have 100% control over what they eat. In order for them to truly be keto, they would truly have to be supportive because they would have to give up all the carbs. They couldn't sneak it, which they would, and I don't want to encourage sneaking behavior. They couldn't eat it when they were at a friend's house, and they would, because it would throw them out of ketosis and they'd be miserable. So I find it's kind of tricky with kids and food. I like to set a good example and hope that they come along. If any of them seem like they're starting to have carb issues or insulin resistance, I may talk to them about that and treat it like a medical issue and then encourage them to do keto because of that reason. But so far, so good. They've all been relatively healthy weight-wise, and they're very active. They dance every single day, and so I try and keep them as active as possible and don't worry as much about their food. Yes, it's okay to eat 8 to 12 hours apart, 2 meals a day. I do it every day. Let's see if there's any more that I can get to. Sorry, you guys. You might have to start doing super chats in order to get to the top. Okay, let's see. Good luck with the Soleil water, Brandy. You better tell me how it works. I don't know if I'm going to get to your video, so make sure you message me. No, I'm just joking. I'm trying. Yes, I've gotten the keto flu at least 3 times. It was miserable because I didn't take my Soleil. Let's see. Oh, you're probably talking to Brandy. See, you guys just like have so much conversations without me. I feel left out. But yeah, I need to read. What? Chef Dave said something? Oh no. My breakfast is ready. How long ago was that? What? Dave! I didn't even ask you to make me breakfast. I was gonna make my own. Good grief. Who knows how long ago that was? Hopefully not very long. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it, people? I don't know. All right. I'm probably gonna have to skip you guys. Oh, someone's knocking. See, you got some food for me, right? Open the door.
The Robinsons are here.
The Robinsons are here. Oh, it's time for me to go. Sorry, you guys just keep me talking. I can't believe we're still talking 1 minute 20. Oh my gosh, you guys. And there's still so many questions. Ah! I'm so sorry, all of you guys who I missed. I'm not even like halfway through them. 40 minutes ago. My breakfast is cold. Dave, you better have ate that. I'm gonna make my own. Oh.
Dad didn't eat it.
It's sitting down there?
Yeah. He didn't bring it up.
He could have.
But I was asking Daddy if I can bring your yogurt up.
Yeah, I should probably go down and eat. All right. Thanks, you guys. We're gonna have a fun day. If you want to see what fun, it's Ruby. If you want to see what fun we had today, I will be vlogging it on our other channel. So be sure to subscribe to Hide and Seek so you can see this. Love you all. Talk to you soon.